FIFINE is back at it again with RGB Goodness. So yes, FIFINE is back at it again. They got the new AM8 Pro T. So the AM8 was one of their best microphones. I mean, just hands down, a really good microphone. It actually sits in my garage at my other streaming setup in my garage for another channel. I mean, the AM8 is just a well-rounded microphone, 100% hands down, well-rounded. It brings in lows, it brings in highs, it brings in mids. It just gets the job done, whatever you need it to do. If you want to podcast, you can podcast. If you want to stream, you can stream. If you want to game, you can game. So I'm hoping the AM8 Pro T is going to be the same way. So quick disclaimer real quick, FIFINE did send this out to me to do a review on, but it's my thoughts and my thoughts alone, no money exchanged. They only provided me with the sample to do a video on it for them and to get my honest opinion that I do on this channel. So yes, it is the AM8 Pro T RGB streaming microphone kit. Changeable RGB lighting, dual USB XLR connectivity, 3-in-1 audio. So of course, just like anything, you're greeted with a manual. I want to get to the microphone before I get to anything else. And just like normal, their microphones are super light. We got this little knob here. It does push in. We're going to get to all those features. Moves in. On the back side right here, we do have our USB-C. We have our RGB, our headphone monitoring, and our XLR right here on the back. You do get a really nice long cable. You get the mount for the desk that the boom arm is going to go into. Then you get the boom arm itself with its little connector right here for the RGB goodness that it is. These are going to be your RGB strips on both sides. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and hook it up and we're going to see how this thing sounds and looks. Okay, so turn off the lights real quick. Let's see what we all got for the RGB right here. There we go. Got some different colors going on. That's pretty cool right there. Little chase. Got a couple of different ones that you can do. That one's pretty cool as well. So if you're all about that RGB, this is going to give you your RGB goodness. Okay, so RGBs can be, you know, all pretty and everything, but the whole thing about this is it's a microphone, right? So how does it sound? Mic test, 1, 2, 3. Mic test, 1, 2, 3. And I couldn't do it justice without turning off my Sonar GG noise cancellation that I use. So this is without Sonar GG right here. Mic test, 1, 2, 3. Mic test, 1, 2, 3. Peter Piper picked a pepper. Peter went down to the pond to pick up Jill to pick some peppers. How does the mic sound right here? I am on the XLR. USB is only connected for the RGB lights. That was only to get the RGB goodness on the microphone itself to go with the RGB right here. So again, how does it sound? How's it handling me touching it? You know, how about here? How bad is it? All right, as you see, I do have the USB right here connected. The XLR is unconnected, and as well, you see me sitting down. So I did go through some of the footage already. I already did this segment of the USB, but I want to make sure that I'm doing this microphone justice. I'm going to tell you right now, this mic is pretty sensitive as far as direction goes. You kind of need this mic here. This is still going to be a well-rounded microphone, but you got to make sure you're not moving around too much up around out here, because if you do, then you're going to get a lot of ups and downs in your audio. So I want to make sure that I test this and let you know 100% all the any flaws or what possibly can be a flaw for you and your streaming setup. Other than that, this mic sounds really, really good. Mic test, 1, 2, 3. Mic test, 1, 2, 3. Peter Piper picked a pepper. Peter went down to the pond to pick up Jill to pick some peppers. So here, I'm going to go ahead and move the mic back for me a little bit. I had the volume turned up a little bit, which is really, really cool, by the way. If you watch when I turn the knob, you'll watch the green dial. So I thought that was pretty cool right there. If you push on the knob, there is 3 settings here. One is for USB, one is for headset monitoring, and one is for XLR mode. So once you have the USB plugged in and XLR, you would put it in that mode right there. The RGB button is back here on the bottom where you can change the RGB of everything. So I'll keep it right there. The mute button is very, very sensitive as well. You barely touch it and it goes, it goes straight to red. Um, there again, if you notice the colors, every time I'm talking, the colors are lighting up right now on here. Again, very sensitive and directional. All right, so I put it back on the XLR, and I am going through the FIFINE XLR SC8 interface right here. I think this is a great combo, 100%. I think they were a match for each other. If there was a couple that needed to be together, these are the two that need to be coupled together. I think that it sounds really, really good. So again, it has to be directional. It's not so much on the XLR. You can move around a little bit more on the XLR. It's not that big of a deal. But I just wanted to make sure that that was out there, that people know that these kind of need to be stationary. You don't need to be moving around too much, or else you're going to have to do a lot of post editing. And I don't like to post edit my audio. I like to keep my audio just raw, what it is, just whatever machines that I have. I do enough by trying to do some video editing here and there. I don't do flashy screens and all that, and I don't want to do a bunch of flashy stuff. I just want to keep it simple. Sometimes my videos are a little long, but I like to go in depth and give you the honest review of a product. And saying that, my negatives that I have, one is the directional. You do have to be that directional. It's not really a negative. I just think that you just need to be well aware of the directional on that. If I had one biggest negative to me would be the boom arm that it comes with. Not that there's anything wrong with the boom arm. So once you have your boom arm, let me get it here real quick. Once you have it set up in here, okay, this wire here will be actually down and out of the way, so you won't have that wire there. They didn't add no straps or nothing in to strap down your wire for your XLR or your USB wire at all. I think it wouldn't have costed them much to put two little screw in, they could have screwed in two little clips right here and two right here to hold our XLR or USB wire right here, and I think that would have been sufficient. Other than that, I mean, I'm not seeing much negatives at all with this mic. I think that it is on par with the AM8 with extra features than what the AM8 had. I think that this right here will be more than sufficient for at least, a good 60 to 70% of most streamers. People starting out, people that just want to upgrade from the AM8. I think it's been, 2 years since the AM8 come out, almost 2 years. So these are some improvements. I don't know if I'm supposed to say something or not, but some of these improvements I think is for something that's fixing to happen with FIFINE. FIFINE's fixing to introduce something for their ecosystem. And once that's introduced, like the SE8, this mic, and some other things, I think it's going to tie everything together and make things sound a lot better. Again, I'm just hinting at it. It's something that was hinted to me in my ear. So just saying, go ahead and like and subscribe, because once that does happen, I will be setting up this complete streaming setup for my stream, for my recordings and stuff like that. I do want to do a comparison between the AM8 and the AM8 Pro right here to see if it's going to replace the one in the garage. All in all, I think that it is a good rounded budget microphone. And speaking of the price, for this combo right here is something around, I think, $90 or $95 on Amazon. So just a boom arm that's just like this right here with no RGB. Those run for about $30 to $40. And that also depends on if there's any sales or anything else going on. Their construction is really well made. It is not flimsy whatsoever. It is pretty strong. It's on there. Like, for real, it's on there. Again, and you get RGB. So you're getting that all the, obviously I like some RGB. I got RGB here. I have some new stuff coming in for RGB. I got some soundproofing coming in for the back wall. So don't forget to like and subscribe, because I do have some things coming in from some other companies to put back behind me here. But yeah, all in all, well worth your money here at the end of 2025. Go ahead and check out this video right here. See if this is worth your money. Just like, oh, wait, hold on. Don't check there yet. I'm going to leave the video for these right here. I'm going to leave the video for these. These are the FIFINE X3. And FIFINE did not send these to me. This is something I wanted a standalone headset, and it just so happened FIFINE has some, and I love their equipment, so I went ahead and got this. So this is going to be a non-sponsored, but go ahead. I'll put that video right here. So go ahead and check it out. See how good they are. I can tell you right now, the fit of these, oh, They fit so good. Look how clean they are. They're very clean. And they're not just your typical gaming headset. So go ahead and check it out right here.